Korea is home to a diverse range of film festivals, each with its own distinct identity. We have the Jeonju International Film Festival, a hub for independent and art house films. The Bucheon International Fantastic Film Festival, showcasing the creativity and uniqueness of each film genre. And of course, the Busan International Film Festival, which is the largest and most prestigious in Korea. And finally, the Diaspora Film Festival, highlighting stories of migration and identity. The fact that these film festivals occur every year shows the passion for actors, films, and filmmaking in general. Hello, I'm Joel, your Culture Crunch DJ, and today's Workie Talkie, we're talking K-movies, and we've invited a film programmer to come and talk with us today. We will meet them right after a song. And now we have 나의 세상을 보여주고 싶어, Everything to You by 김마리.
잘 믿어주지 않았던 그런 날들이 반복됐을 쯤 나보다는 마음을 더 알아주는 따뜻한 네가 온 거야. 난 두 눈을 감고서 네 목소리를 들을 때 내 모든 게 선명해짐을 느껴. 네 어깨에 기대어 나의 꿈을 얘기할 때 나의 세상을 보여주고 싶어. 어떻게 나의 모든 것들을 전부 아는 것처럼 마법같이 내 마음속에 피어나고 있어. 나 두 눈을 감고서 네 목소리를 들을 때 내 모든 게 선명해짐을 느껴. 네 어깨에 기대어 나의 꿈을 얘기할 때 나의 세상을 보여주고 싶어. 나 두 눈을 감을 때 네 목소리를 들을 때 네 어깨에 기댈 때 사랑을 얘기할 때 나의 세상을 보여주고 싶어. 나의 세상을 보여주고 싶어.
Discover the world of K-jobs with Workie Talkie. Each month, we pick a different type and invite the top experts in their field to come and join us. The theme for K-March is K-Movie. It's Monday, the start of a new week, and today we're wrapping up our Workie Talkie K-Movie series with a very, very special guest. Please welcome Moon Sung-kyung, who is the programmer for the Jeonju International Film Festival. Thank you for having this great opportunity to come and see us.
Thank you, Joel. Thank you for having me. And I can feel the spring from the studio design. And the Jeonju International Film Festival is always start from spring.
Right.
So I'm really happy to be here and introduce me and our festival. My name is Sung Moon, and obviously my name in Korean is Moon Sung-kyung.
Mm-hmm.
I work for Jeonju International Film Festival from 2019 as a programmer.
Wow, okay, great. So you've been doing it for quite a while.
Yes.
Oh, great. So here on Workie Talkie, we do have a segment where we get to know our guests' professions a little more deeply. So we've prepared a special segment called Writing Your Resume. And during the opening song, we actually had you fill it out, and we have right here on the screen your resume. So let's take a little bit of a look together. Okay, so your job here says programmer. I'm not exactly familiar with this role, but what exactly is a film festival programmer?
If you think about programmer, it could be easily people imagine about the game programmer.
Right,
but
right,
it's
right.
Totally different from that part.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, film programmer is to select films for film festival to introduce audience. So that's basically, if you go to the film festival, you watch films, who could choose that film?
Right.
It's basically one of the programmers in the film festival. That's my job. But on the other hand, if you see a little bit of the big picture of film festival, we don't just choose the film, but also we decide the artistic direction of the festival. And each year, all the world is changing, keep changing. So we have to think about what is the current issues and what we have to talk about this year through the film programming or through the festival. So basically, we decide, I'm not alone in our festival. We three programmers decide together artistic direction of the festival, as well as the films the audience watch.
Wow, so you're pretty much in charge of the direction, the selection. Your role is very important for a film festival.
Let's say yes.
Wow, okay, yeah, a very important role. So you mentioned that you've been the film programmer for the film festival programmer since 2019, but it says you have 6 years plus of experience. So when did you start working in the film festival as a programmer or just in general?
I got into the film industry 2004.
Oh, wow.
Also, I started my career in Jeonju International Film Festival.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like the Jeonju is kind of my hometown for my career. But then I worked for Busan International Film Festival and some art house cinema in Hongdae. I don't know, have you been in Hongdae Sangsangmadang?
I think I have actually, yes.
Yeah. That's a beautiful art house cinema. So I worked there as well. And also, just before the Jeonju Film Festival as a programmer, I worked for Korean Film Council as a representative of Latin America territory.
Wow, okay. So we've got a lot to talk about when it comes to film festival programming. So 22 years in the industry as a film festival programmer. So a little while ago, we did look at this, and you did mention the Jeonju Film Festival. So let's start with that. The Jeonju International Film Festival, when is it, and where does it take place? So please explain to us a little bit about it.
Yeah, sure. This year, we open April 30 to May 9th. So we close the festival May 9th. But during the festival, we do the opening and closing, but also the film award ceremonies as well. So we have lots of things ongoing during the festival in these 9 or 10 days.
Oh, great. Yeah. Well, I actually briefly mentioned before the show started that 2 years ago, I actually went to the 24th Jeonju International Film Festival, and I saw quite a few movies. It was a really great experience. Jeonju is a really beautiful place and the perfect place to go and watch and, appreciate a lot of art house films and independent films. So the official slogan of the Jeonju International Film Festival is, "We always go beyond the frame." What exactly does that mean?
When we say frame in cinema or in movie, it's like movies basically designed by frame.
Right.
So all the stories in the frame and all the artistic part is in the frame. So everything's in the frame. But on the other side is kind of rules, regulations of the language of the cinema is in there. But we can say it's kind of the like a social system, or in other words, cinema system. So when we say beyond the frame or over the frame, we would like to dare to go further or outside of the frame.
Right.
So when you think about the film, we think about inside of the frame.
Of course.
But we could think a little bit out of the typical or traditional or conventional forms of the films. So sometimes we make the exhibitions,
Right.
so you can watch films in the exhibition galleries
Right.
or outside of the buildings. But also we decide these slogans because sometimes when you think about the movie, we think about the commercial films or mainstream
Of
films.
course, yeah.
But we in Jeonju International Film Festival are always there to introduce or champion independent filmmakers. So we like to show a little bit different kind of the films. So that's why we said beyond the frame.
Of course. Oh, wow. That's very meaningful. And I understand what you're saying, because when I did go to Jeonju for the international film festivals, I can't tell you what movies I watched because they're, for adults, but I did watch some, and there are so many hidden gem movies to be seen at a film festival, in particular, Jeonju International Film Festival. And also, the Jeonju International Film Festival has, goods. They're so pretty.
It's famous.
Yeah, their goods are very famous. I still have so many of them. So speaking of the film festival, does it have any specific selection criteria when it comes to picking films?
Of course, we like to select good films.
Of course.
Yeah, but when you say, what is good films? There are lots of films, but it's hard to find good films.
Right.
Especially these days. Before, in the past, when people say good films, the criteria could be like technically well made or the story is really good. But in these modern days, like you already can have make a film with your phone,
Of
your
course,
cell
yeah.
phones. So the technical levels is not really important anymore.
Right.
Or we can say the technical, the technical issues we can use for aesthetics. Like when you imagine the horror films,
Right.
you can use the digital text
Right.
for the real emotion or love images for making more scary. But then what is, if there is not the technical criteria, what is the good film? I think it's my personal thought, but I think it's perspective, how
Okay.
you see the world and what kind of way you see the world and people.
Right.
So I try to find a filmmaker who has their own vision to show our world in their perspective. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. No, that's definitely, it must be very difficult to pick films. So I'm wondering, do you have to sit and watch many films to be able to pick them out? Really? You watch every single movie until you find a good selection to be viewed?
In average, we have more or less 600 films only for international competition section.
Really?
All the submissions, we count 500, 600 films per year, but then we have to watch like another films that comes by distributors
Right.
and like filmmakers request. But then, yes, I have to watch films sitting at my desk in front of my TV in the cinema. But basically my work is watching film. But all my friends told me that, my friends from Little told me that, so your job is watching film. What an easy job. And
Sounds like a good job.
Yeah, but then think about, I don't watch always good films.
Right, that's true. That's true. So it might be kind of difficult to watch a film that's not that good. So out of all of the films that you've selected or you watched, is there anyone that sticks out to you in particular, a very memorable film to you?
Actually, there are lots of good films, but I would like to highlight one film because since I work for Jeonju International Film Festival, and as I mentioned before, we would like to introduce films beyond the frame. Last year, we had a film called Samsara by director Luis Patiño from Spain.
Okay.
He's quite known media artist. And what he did with this film Samsara, he tried to make a film, watching films, but without opening eyes.
Right. Oh.
Sounds strange, you know?
So not watching a movie without opening your eyes?
Yeah, it's a little part, but yes, I will explain a little. It's a film about reincarnation.
Oh, okay.
So director shoot two parts, one in Zanzibar, another part in Laos. So his concept is a small character died in some way, some reason, and reincarnate in totally different territory in Africa, in other form of life, not a human being, in other form of life. But between that story, he asked the audience, close your eyes.
Okay.
For a couple of minutes, and then he shot lots of strong lights and different type of the colors with sound. And then at some point, the music trying to do something different. So the audience open their eyes, then you can see that the character is reincarnated.
Really?
So
that is such a unique and interesting approach to filmmaking, definitely. Okay, so that's a film that was viewed at the Jeonju International Film Festival.
Last year.
So what do you think makes the Jeonju International Film Festival different than other film festivals, not just in Korea, but in general? What makes it different, do you think?
Busan is quite well known for they're inviting all the mainstream films, and also they embrace all type of the films, from the commercial to the independent. But then Bucheon is, as you can see from their name, fantastic.
Right.
So they're more focused on genre films.
Right.
So they have a kind of more their themes focused on. In Jeonju, we, from the beginning of the festival, we have a kind of destiny to have an attitude of alternative, independent film festival. So we introduce and champion young film directors or new talent, discovering new talents, and also introduce independent films and filmmakers.
Okay, yeah, because I can say that last year I did go to the Jeonju one 2 years ago, but I went to Busan last year, the International Film Festival, and the feeling, the type of atmosphere, the type of movies that are shown are very, 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 very different. So speaking of that, when does the Jeonju International Film Festival open? So it's opening on, I think you mentioned it, the 30th.
2000?
2000?
Yeah.
Okay,
2000.
so it opened in the year 2000, right? And it's been going every year since, correct?
Exactly, yeah.
Wow, really? This year it's opening on what day you mentioned?
April 30th
April
to
30th
May 9th. Yeah.
to May 9th. Okay, wow. All right, so you also on your resume, you wrote not just the Jeonju International Film Festival, but you also wrote another film festival, a K-film festival in Buenos Aires, Argentina?
Yes.
Please explain a little bit about that.
I was working for Korean Film Council from 2012, but first year it was just a coordinator.
Okay.
And from 2013, I really settling down in Buenos Aires and working full time. And then at some point, director Bong Joon-ho came to Argentina for attending Mar del Plata International Film Festival as a jury. At that time, I was obviously assisting him, introducing the places and helping his jury work. And then the embassy asked us why don't we have a dinner together with director Bong Joon-ho? He was famous already.
Right.
Obviously not super famous this level.
Of course. He's on a different level now. Yeah.
So the ambassador, I think he really want to meet him. And so at the dinner, the ambassadors couple and then the Korean Cultural Center director and me, the programmer of Mar del Plata Film Festival and director Bong Joon-ho was there. And before the dinner, director Bong asked me, we met before a couple of years ago, and he asked me, what do you want to do in Buenos Aires? What really want to do in Argentina as your for your career. So I said, like, I want to make a film festival here. Korean film festival would be nice. And during the dinner, he mentioned, since Sungmoon is here, why don't you make a Korean film festival that could be really easier to make and like distributing Korean films and helping Korean industry. So I don't know, just because of that or all the situation came up, but that year I started to make a film festival with the support of the embassy and Korean Cultural Center.
Wow. And that was in the year 2014?
From 2014.
Wow,
yes.
2014. And not only did you have the embassy, but you also had like one of the most famous Korean directors now helping you. So you've been involved in Latin America for quite some time. 2014, that was, what, 11 years ago now? 11 years ago. So from 2013, you mentioned that you served as the resident representative of the Korean Film Council in Latin America, and you've established the Buenos Aires Korean Film Festival, which is representative. And do you find that particularly in Argentina, when you started, was there a big interest in Korean culture or the Hallyu wave or anything like that? Was that already kind of established there?
Yes, actually I started, I went to Latin America, Peru first for my personal travel and before the work. So I went Peru for 1.5 years and then went to Bolivia, Chile. So I traveled all around. And during that time, it was like from 2010. There was already like kind of movement of Korean like fans or Korean culture fans. But first there wasn't not that many like K-pop fans, but more like K-drama fans.
Right, okay.
I still remember some people mentioned about the title of what is the 대장금 Jewel in the Palace.
Okay.
And all the 동화 series, 가을 동화, Autumn in My Heart. So all the kind of series they mentioned to me, and they asked me if I'm Korean.
Really? Okay.
And then 2013, when I was already in Buenos Aires, I was invited a Super Junior concert.
Okay.
So it was already there was a movement that they had a fan, but not that like huge,
Not like now.
Not like this.
Yeah. Well, you played definitely a big part. So, no, really. So down in Argentina, and what movie did you find had the hottest response from Latin American audiences?
Definitely Train to Busan.
Of course, yeah, okay. Big response everywhere. Actually, yeah.
I remember like from the release, like from the first day of the box office, it went really well. But then I remember apart from this commercial part, during my work in Hansine, we showed Miss Granny, the movie starred by what's her name? The actress, one of my favorite actresses, I suddenly forgot. But anyway, the Miss Granny was, I selected that film to show in Latin America because previous year, there was a really strong bond between Argentina and Korea.
Right, okay.
A Korean film, actually, which is remake of one Argentinian film, went to the Korean box office really highly. All About My Wife, starred by Im Soo-jung, Yoo Sung-woo.
All right.
There was top 5 or 6 of box office that year in South Korea. But that is actually based on real film, like fiction film in Argentina called Un novio para mi mujer.
Okay.
So I can see the connection between that country. So I could suggest we cannot do the co-production because of geographic reason. It's really far away.
Right.
But we can do the remake of each country's good films.
Oh, okay. So no wonder the reaction was so good because it was a remake. And it's Miss Granny, the singer or the actors in the movie are Shin Eun-kyung and Nam Eun-hee.
Yes.
Yeah, we just got to look out for that. Okay, so you've been doing some very, very big and important things for the filmmaking industry. So I want to take a look back at your resume and look at what your important item was. So if we look back at your resume, it says sweets, candy, I think it says chocolate. Why sweets? Why do you like sweets so much?
Yeah, I watch lots of films,
Mm-hmm.
but if you watch 5 films consecutively, you feel really, really tired. Sometimes your eyes and your faces would really like go into the monitor. So I feel like I have to reduce my stress. So I try to take a candies or chocolates, so I don't need to grit my teeth that strongly.
Right.
So there was for the first time, it was like for reducing my stress, but then later I feel like it's good to wake up
Of course, yeah.
my head. Yeah.
Because I also, like being to film festivals, I understand also that there's a little bit of a culture that is specific to film festivals, like, you know, staying till the very, very, very end of the movie, watching all the credits, you know, and there's certain rules about eating things when you're watching certain movies. So I understand why you would like candy. See, even your essential work item is tied to filmmaking, tied to movies. So I think your DNA is film.
A little bit boring, no?
No, not at all. Yeah, so I'm having a really good time talking about all of these film festival, as a programmer. It's very fun. Today we are focusing on K-movie throughout the Workie Talkie. We are talking, and we're wrapping up this series with film festival programmer Moon Sung-kyung. Okay? So, when people think of careers in the film industry, they often think about directors or actors. So, how did you decide to, become a film festival programmer as opposed to a director or an actress, perhaps? So what made you choose that?
I think it comes really naturally at the point of, like, at the position of me now, because when I studied filmmaking, I wanted to be a filmmaker, obviously director.
Right.
But after 4 years of studying, training, I can see myself, or I can reckon I don't have any talent to be a director. But then I really love films and this culture and meeting people and talking about the film. So what should I do? So I thought about the production part, or I can work at film festival. So that's how I got into the film festival. But after a couple of years later, I can see that at that time in South Korea, a little bit still ongoing, but the glass ceiling seems like really, really impossible to break for me to be a film festival programmer. So I thought maybe I should do something else, not festival programmer. So I did Korean film promotion, cultural event planner. But then, after all these years of working in Latin America for Korean Film Council, suddenly a call came to me do you want to work in Jeonju International Film Festival as a programmer? It's for me, I can't believe.
Right, it's a dream come true. Yeah. Okay, so there are so many movies that are produced worldwide every year. How do you go about discovering new films? You did mention that you watch so many films in order to program for the Jeonju International Film Festival, but how do you go about discovering new films?
First, I travel a lot of another international film festival or local film festival to discover new talents, really new things. I feel like I'm miner digging every single mountains to find the different types of the films. But also we call official submissions each year. So there are more or less 500 or 600 films from outside of Korea and 200 from South Korea. The feature-length films come. So basically more or less 700 or 1,000 films per year and watching. Yeah.
Well, also, as you're programming, there's so many good movies. There's some movies that maybe you don't enjoy as much, but there's so many good movies. Have you ever been, I guess you could say disappointed or sad that you weren't able to put a movie into the Jeonju International Film Festival?
It happens a lot, actually.
Really?
Because between the film festival, we also have to compete with having a premiere state. So for example, 2 years ago or last year, I forgot, 2 years ago, there was a film I really, really loved. Small, Slow But Steady. It's a Japanese film by Miyake Sho. I watched it in Berlin Film Festival and coming out from the cinema, I cried a lot, and I thought I should confirm this film as soon as possible. But then, because of the releasing date, because of directors and distributors and the contract issues in South Korea, I couldn't have that film. But I still support that film, and also it always happens in our business, so
of course,
I don't mind. But yeah.
So many talented people in the world, so many great movies, But I think that when it's really good, and people will acknowledge it eventually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And speaking of, independent films, you actually wrote a book about female independent filmmakers, right?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So can you please explain a little bit about that and what does it mean to you?
Yeah, I brought this book in the studio. Actually, a couple of years ago, I mentioned the Mar del Plata International Film Festival, the Argentinian biggest film festival. I went there, and one day it was really rainy. I went a screening by chance, and there was a short film restored digitally really recently, Iranian film. They said, but the director made only that film in her life.
Really?
And she's actually a poet. So I was really curious about that film. I went there. The film called The House is Black. It's 63 or something like that. But after that, I was curious and looked for her life and film information. And then I can see that she couldn't make any other films because of the funding, because of the, there are many issues in her life.
Right.
And then that time I recognized that I really love another American film called Wanda.
Yeah. Okay.
By Barbara Loden, but she also made only one film, Wanda, and then she couldn't make it.
Really?
So I questioned myself, how come these talented young ladies cannot keep making films as a director? So I searched it and made the collection of all the really good independent women filmmakers all over the world, but who cannot keep their career, or who made the films as a really innovative, and who could be we can call trailblazers or innovators. So I collected all the directors and presented.
That's very noble and very good that there are so many people that are talented in the world but who don't have opportunities. So you're giving them an opportunity to kind of tell the world about the talent that they have and the movies that they have. That's a very noble cause.
But also I thought, when we talk about the history, we always talk of official history.
Of course, yes.
Yeah. But then I thought about, in film, I have a lot of film, my favorite films, there's really, really high quality, but then how come they never mentioned in film history? So I really like to make my own personal film history in this way of making books and making a special focus in screening in Jeonju International Film Festival.
Yeah, no, that's very good. That's very, very, very noble. I also read that Jung-hyun 배우님 will be a programmer this year at the Jeonju International Film Festival. What's that? How did that happen?
Yeah, speaking of the woman artist, she started her career with Petal, one of the important films in Korean history by Jang Sun-woo. But then she did. She was quite known as a singer as well. But I thought she's really talented person, kind of natural born talented person. How come we cannot see her works a lot?
Right.
But then this year she made a film, directed a film, short film.
Okay.
By herself. So I thought we thought it's good opportunity to introduce her, not just a mother or not just good wife,
right,
but real artist, talented person in film history. Yeah.
Wow. So it's not just people that are for overseas or historic that maybe didn't get the recognition that they deserve, but you're also, even in Korea, you're like, this is talent. I want to help showcase it at the Jeonju International Film Festival. Okay, so she's going to be a film programmer this year. So speaking of that, what traits do you think a film programmer really needs to have to be a good film festival programmer?
Oh, first you have to like watching films.
Of course.
And actually, watching films, for me, in my understanding, is try to understand other people.
Right. Of course.
So you have to have a good heart to understand other people's and to think about our society. So for me, I always suggest watching good film in the history and also like read a lot of books regarding the history and about the film as well.
Oh, okay. So working as a film festival programmer or, trying to get to your goal of being a film festival programmer, did you find anything that was very difficult? And how did you overcome a difficult time while being a film festival programmer?
As a programmer, the difficulty is every year you have to start from the zero.
Ah, okay.
Because we changed all the program, all the selection and the concept of the festival, and also even staff changed. So you have to start from the beginning of your work from zero.
Right.
Yeah, that's the one difficulty. Another one is also like you cannot divide it your life and your work. So if you want to find the life balance, you shouldn't be a programmer.
No life balance for film festival programmers. So it's like you're always working, but also, so basically you get new staff, new movies, new everything. So it's like starting a new job every year. That must be very difficult.
So if you don't love film a lot, if you don't have that passion, you cannot keep doing this.
Of course, yeah. I mean, loving film, that's obviously, you need that. But while working, not just in work, but in life, is there a person to you that you're just so thankful to? Someone, the most thankful person in your life. Do you have one?
Yeah, my husband, maybe.
Oh, why is that?
Yeah, my husband's Argentinian, Marcelo
Oh,
Alderete.
okay.
He started to, we decided to live together in Seoul from this year. So he's trying to learn Korean. But he always made me laugh. After lots of work, some burdens on my shoulder to carry on the festival. But he always made me laugh. So that's a good thing.
Oh, that's nice.
Me.
Is your husband also a big cinema fan?
He's a programmer as well.
Oh, okay. So
We are disaster.
Wow. Okay. So well, that's nice though, because you guys can talk about movies together.
Yes.
So there's so many people that love film and would love to be film programmers. So if you had to give a little bit of advice to them, what would be the biggest piece of advice that you could give to someone who wants to be a film programmer?
I think the best way of learning something is you have to do by yourself. So watching good films.
Right.
Not whatever films. There are films and good films. It's totally different. And if you approach to watch good films, you have to study a lot. And you have to study the history of the cinema, and you have to read lots of books. So that would be the first thing. And second, as I told and mentioned, you cannot find the life balance. So
Forget
you
life balance.
Yeah, you have to recognize about that before you start.
Right. Of course. So I'm actually very fascinated with the idea of being a film programmer, a film festival programmer, and your life has been very interesting. You basically are doing your dream job. So if you were to turn your life into a drama or a movie, make it your whole life a title, what would that title be, you think?
I don't know yet. Maybe like a couple of hours later, I could name something, but at the moment I'm so inside of the heart of the kind of the chaos.
Right.
So I don't know, and I cannot name yet. But it could be a little bit boring. So half of the film or half of the drama could be someone watching films and films and films.
Yeah.
But it could be interesting to watch a drama about film festival programmer.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So no title basically yet.
Yes.
So, but of course, you could always be inspired by any of the films that you watch. So, All right, we've actually reaching the end of our Workie Talkie K-movie series, where we've been exploring different careers and different jobs in the Korean movie industry. So to wrap up, let's listen to a very quick song, and then we'll continue our conversation with Moon Sung-kyung. So we have Kim Chol-soo 씨 이야기, Kim Chol-soo's Story by Ho Hye-kyung.
사실 너도 똑같더라고. 내 기쁨은 늘 질투가 되고 슬픔은 항상 약점이 돼. 사실 너도 다를 게 없더라고. 생각해보면 넌 친구보다 너도를 강아지를 더 사랑해. 특별하다고 한 너는 사실 똑같더라고. 특별함이 하나 둘 모이면 평범함이 되고 우두커니 서서 세상을 가만히 내려다보면 비극은 언제나 발 뻗고 잘 때쯤 찾아온단다. 사실 너도 똑같더라고. 내 사랑은 늘 재앙이 되고 재앙은 항상 사랑이 돼. 널 사랑할 용기는 아무리 찾아도 없더라고. 겁쟁이는 작은 행복마저 두려운 법이라고. 우두커니 서서 세상을 가만히 내려다보면 비극은 언제나 입꼬리를 올릴 때 찾아온단다. 슬퍼라. 내 방의 벽은 늘 젖어 있어서 기댈 수 없고 나의 이웃은 그저 온종 멍청이들 뿐이야. 나의 바다는 사막으로 변해가기만 하고 나는 앞으로 걸어가도 뒤로 넘어지네.
You guys are listening to and watching Culture Crunch here on Arirang Radio and TV. On this Monday segment, Workie Talkie, we are having an insightful and very interesting conversation about K-movies with film festival programmer Moon Sung-kyung. At the Jeonju International Film Festival, is there a specific project that you just want to launch as you really want to just push this project out as a film festival programmer?
This year, lots of projects we have, but few projects I cannot say.
Of course.
So please wait for our press conference on April 1st. But before that, I can name, speaking of the women artists, there are lots of women artists participating this year as well. We will introduce a really interesting film called Night Shift, which is a collection of the New York MoMA Museum film.
Okay.
So amazing filmmaker from England, Lovina Rose. And also we have a visual artist, Nikki de Saint-Paris, the only feature film, Dream Longer Than Night. And also we have a lot of Iranian filmmakers and other filmmakers on political issues and LGBTQ issues.
Okay.
Especially this year, we have in the Korean competition section, I can see that there are lots of LGBTQ issues and also the alternative family gathering.
Right. Oh,
so I can see the social movement through the film. So if you have time, please come to the festival and watch Korean film competition section as well.
Okay.
And also I would like to mention there is some films we put some money for making films.
Really?
So Jeonju is kind of unique model of film festival.
Okay.
So we not only show the films we select, but also we put some monies. So we invest basically.
Invest in the art of filmmaking.
Production of the film. So it calls Horumong. So by the director Lee Il-ha.
Okay.
So there is a documentary, strong documentary invested by Jeonju International Film Festival.
Really? Okay. Well, first of all, I will be going to the Jeonju International Film Festival. So out of all of the movies that you just mentioned, is there any one in particular that you would really like to suggest people that go to Jeonju International Film Festival to watch?
There are
personally,
lots of, Personally, I really like to recommend the Night Shift and the Sealed Soil. The Sealed Soil is really strong. It's a 1970s film, Iranian directors, but really strong, really poetic film. So nobody really imagined this kind of strong modern film could made in Iran that time. So
of course.
It could be a new discovery for us.
So wait, this movie was made in the 1970s?
Yes.
Really? And it's just now being
restored.
Restored.
Yeah,
okay.
4K restored. So
Wow.
yeah.
Isn't technology great? Do you find that there's lots of movies that are coming out that were released years and years and years ago, but because of, AI and technology, you can restore films? Is there a lot of those that you have to watch?
Yes. Also, we have a section called Cinephile Jeonju.
Okay.
It's basically we introduce restored films and documentary about film history or filmmakers or artists. So these days there are some kind of trend in international film festival community, like some films we save some films from the forgotten, or make a new spotlight for the really great films that we cannot watch it because it was film 35 or 16 millimeter film format, but then now it is released by a digital format. So
really? Okay. Well, that's very interesting because there's tons and tons of fascinating and really great films that they're a little bit older, so they're a little bit harder to watch because of the quality, but. I'm definitely looking forward to the Jeonju International Film Festival this year. Please, tell our listeners and our watchers, get anything to say to them about the Jeonju International Film Festival.
Yeah, please come to Jeonju and enjoy the wonderful weather and the good food and be surprised with our programming.
Oh, that's a little bit of a spoiler. So, how was it coming up onto the Culture Crunch today? How did you feel? Was it fun? Did you have a good time talking with us?
It is. I feel really comfortable and really fun, and thank you for you to lead me really comfortably.
Oh no, you were a little bit. You sounded like you were a little bit nervous at first, before we started. But as soon as you came out, you were just perfect. So,
thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us, and I will be seeing you at the Jeonju International Film Festival. Maybe we'll all go. From Arirang, we'll go down there. All right. So, before we leave, I have one question that I want to ask you. What is your favorite film of all time?
Oh, that's secret.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's secret.
You refuse to tell?
Yes. I never say this because sometimes really famous critics and they ask me, what is your favorite film? One film, pick one film. But for me, even when I say the title is already like stamp my styles and my taste. So when I make a programming a new project, it a little bit could be affected for people's mind. So
Right.
I like to remain the secret.
Well, that's the secret to success. So we hope that all of our listeners and viewers do check out the Jeonju International Film Festival. There's so many things to check out. So everybody, go to Jeonju and watch all those movies. So today we had a fantastic time learning about K-movies with Moon Sung-kyung. Thank you so much for joining us. We will be sending you out and I will be seeing you in Jeonju. So I'm going to leave you with a song right now and I will be catching you guys all tomorrow. So this is 우리는 선처럼 가만히 누워 Lying Still Like a Line by Yojo featuring Lee Sang-soon. All right, we'll be catch you later. See you. Bye-bye.
우리는 선처럼 가만히 누워 닿지 않는 천장에 손을 뻗어보았지. 별을 진짜 별을 손으로 딸 수 있으면 좋을 텐데. 그럼 너의 앞에 한쪽만 무릎 꿇고 저 멀고 먼 하늘의 끝 빛나는 작은 별 너에게 줄게. 다녀올게. 말할 수 있을 텐데. 우리는 선처럼 가만히 누워 볼 수 없는 것을 보려 눈을 감아보았지. 어딘가 정말로 영원이라는 정류장이 있으면 좋을 텐데. 그럼 뭔가 잔뜩 들어있는 배낭과 시들지 않는 장미꽃 한 송이를